Pro-Brexit campaigners gathered outside the British Parliament demanding a speed up in the UK's departure from the European Union. The crowd chanted slogans and waved placards demanding Brexit be implemented. Activists are angry about what they say is a deliberate attempt to stall the UK's withdrawal from the European Union. The rally took place ahead of a landmark legal battle on the fate of the Brexit process. On Monday, the Supreme Court will begin a 4-day hearing on whether the UK government needs parliamentary approval before starting the withdrawal from the European Union.
The UK voted to leave the European Union in a referendum on the 23rd of June 2016. Many, though, just couldn't accept the result.
Vile and ugly day.
Uncertainty absolutely is a bad.
Turmoil, meltdown.
I'm shocked that we actually have voted to leave.
To initiate Brexit, London now needs to trigger Article 50, something the new Prime Minister, Theresa May, is adamant she'll do by the end of March next year.
Brexit means Brexit, and we're going to make a success of it.
However, as things stand, she needs to get Parliament's approval first. And with most MPs against Brexit, they could hold her up indefinitely. That prospect is making people who voted for Brexit increasingly impatient.
They approved the fact that we would have the referendum, and ever since that they got the result that they didn't want, they have done everything that they can to overthrow that decision.
The people's voice doesn't matter and that they're going to stop Brexit going through.
It's ridiculous that it's been this long. We were always told that it would happen more or less instantly.
The government will now try to dodge Parliament by appealing to the Supreme Court. Its decision will be final.
The people who benefit from this are really the elites. People, in short, who were defeated at the polls by the public, but who think that they know better than the public. The elites really, throughout Europe, throughout the Western world as a whole, have been given a big kick up the backside over recent years, and they're trying to find a way of getting back in control. They're now trying to use the courts, to use parliamentary procedure to delay the process until an opportunity comes up for them to stop it. The people will be very angry if they find sort of underhanded methods of frustrating the referendum result. But I think really we do need to stay in the game until Brexit is delivered.
And with the future of Brexit unclear, the UK's Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson is allegedly being targeted with a smear campaign designed to derail his EU departure plans. Well, for more on this, let's now cross to London and our correspondent Harry Fear there. Hello there, Harry. So what's the atmosphere surrounding Boris Johnson now?
Well, some feeling rather sorry for him. He didn't have a great weekend so far as the media coverage around him went. At one moment, he had to walk off camera as sort of infantile pop quiz questions were put to him. Watch this.
Who is the French foreign minister? The name, please. South Korean president and all her troubles.
I have a terrible feeling if I keep answering you, you will keep coming back with more. No, have a good morning. See you.
It was only the two. Oh, well, thank you very much indeed.
Well, unsurprising that his patience didn't last very long. Then on Sunday, 2 newspaper stories did more damage to him in some ways. One of them that the Cabinet Office apparently issued an edict instructing cabinet ministers, government ministers, not to refer to Boris by his first name, just Boris, but rather as the Foreign Secretary or something else to give him more stature. Fears then that he is still being seen by some in Britain as a kind of clownish character, and fears too that he's not being taken quite seriously or respectfully outside of the UK as well, because another Sunday newspaper ran this story about this so-called smear campaign against him. It seems like then Boris made comments in private with EU leaders and officials about his also private philosophies on free movement in general. It appears that comments then made by 4 anonymous EU ambassadors took what Boris said out of context, spinning it, twisting it and misconstruing it to make him look like he was duplicitous and he had a different private and public position. And one Tory MP speaking about all of these affairs has said that European leaders have wanted to needle Boris because, of course, he was such a key Brexit campaigner, and they see him as doing damage to the bloc in facilitating the Brexit vote. So clearly now difficult times for Boris, and real fears actually that his authority is being undermined.